The Amex Express Cobalt Card multipliers get cut outside of Canada, and Alaska Airlines Mileage Plan sees some big changes coming for 2025. All this and more on RWRDS Canada's This Week in Rewards for October 18th. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving long weekend and a great 2 weeks since our last episode. If you're new to RWRDS Canada and are looking to make the most of your points and miles and credit card rewards, you've come to the right place. This is your weekly dose of loyalty rewards, travel, and credit card happenings in Canada. So let's get right into the thick of things with credit cards and the big news this week. It does appear that the Amex Express Cobalt Cards multipliers will no longer work outside of Canada. So if you've been accustomed to earning 2 times points and 5 times points in the US, Japan, Korea, you name it, as we've seen on our confirmed Cobalt multiplier list, tons of places that you could earn the points. It looks like that as of October 15th, that will no longer be the case. For years, these Cobalt multipliers have worked globally, even though it is stated in their terms and conditions and right on the application page that it's 5 times points for Canada only, 2 times points for Canada only. But we've known since even before the card was launched that they do work globally, or have worked up until now. And yeah, so this was kind of flagged by some of our usual people who contribute to the Cobalt multipliers page saying, hey, I was earning 5 times points, but then all of a sudden this week it's 1 times points on my US dollar purchases. So Amex Express did provide us a comment on this. They said, our T&Cs have always disclosed that accelerated earn rates only apply to purchases made within Canada. Yeah, they have. But they say Canadian card members earn a basic rate of 1-to-1 outside of the country. So that kind of confirms it right there. Unofficially, but I think that, I think that line right there makes it pretty straightforward that outside of Canada, you're only going to earn 1 times point on the Cobalt card. They go on further to say merchant categorization updates are an ongoing process and are subject to change. We continue to offer accelerated earn rates within Canada across our card products to allow our card members to earn points faster and maximize their earn potential. Yeah, so this is really unfortunate news. Granted, I guess we've been lucky, as I said in the blog post, which I'm going to link to in the description below. We've been lucky that we've been earning these points outside of Canada ever since the card launched. Even before the card launched, when I met with American Express, when they had me out in Toronto and getting my feedback, we were discussing the Cobalt card before it launched. Some of the people around the table were super excited that the multipliers worked outside of Canada. They're pre-launch testing in places like Hawaii. They're like, yeah, we're earning 5 times points. So of course it was big at that time, but when the card officially did launch, they did put that in Canada terminology in there. At that point it was put in because Amex Express didn't really have control of merchants outside of Canada. At least that's what we were told at the time. But I guess officially overall, ever since the card launched in late 2017, it has always been technically supposed to be only in Canada. And now that appears to be the case. There isn't 100% confirmation on this, but based on everybody who's been sending us emails that their multipliers are only coming in at 1 times points. You read it on Reddit, on red flag deals. So it does appear by all accounts that the Cobalt card points multipliers are now Canada only, just as advertised. So what we've been accustomed to, I've racked up tons of points traveling outside of Canada, on restaurants and groceries, you name it, wherever you're traveling, and they accepted the Amex Express, you would get the 5 times points as long as it coded properly. Of course, there's restaurants, but there's restaurants here in Canada that don't code properly. So it's kind of a mixed bag there, but for sure outside of Canada, it looks like the Cobalt card is now just going to be a straight up 1 times points card. You know what? I met with Amex Express last month in Toronto, and in our discussions about all the various cards and what's going on, and when Cobalt card came up, there might have been some hints about this, that something like this may happen, but nothing was concrete, nothing was set in stone, no dates were set or anything like that. So I wasn't really at liberty to share anything or pass anything along. I wasn't even 100% sure if this was happening, but it looks like now it is happening. So unfortunately, the best credit card in Canada is losing its multipliers outside of Canada. By all accounts, it appears that's what's happening. The card will remain the best credit card in Canada. Even with this change, although the gap shrinks between other cards and this card. The Cobalt card was leaps and bounds ahead of most cards in Canada, and now it's leaps ahead. It's not a huge change. It's a big enough change that some people will actually probably move away from the card. Those who've been spending lots outside of the country and don't spend a lot within Canada, it may be better for a different card. That it comes down to each individual, and that's what we've always said when we rank the best credit cards in Canada. This is kind of just an overall ranking, to guide people, but it does come down to the individual as to what the best card is for you. And for some people, the Cobalt Card has never been the best card, and for some, it won't be the best card now. But for those of us who still have the majority of our spending within Canada, it is still the best card in Canada. No other card touches it because of those earn rates, but also the redemption rates. Converting to Aeroplan, converting to British Airways, Air France, KLM, fixed points for travel, your use points for purchases for any purchase. You're getting a minimum of 1 to 5% on this card, and higher when you convert to other programs. So it is still the best card in Canada, but like I said, the gap is kind of shrinking between it and the other cards that are behind it. Unfortunate news for the Amex Express Cobalt Card. Yeah, leave us a comment below. I'd love to hear what you guys think of this and whether it's going to change your perspective on the card and whether you're going to keep it or move to something else. I know a lot of people will probably still keep it, but they'll look at a different card for US purchases, something like the Scotia Passport Visa Infinite, because it's no effects and you still get the accelerated earn rates in the US and other countries, things like that, or some other no effects fee cards. There's like the prepaid ones like Wealthsimple, EQ, which are a great addition. I'll put a link to our no effects fee guide as well, so you can check out some of those card options. Because the Cobalt Card has always had an FX fee, but that 5 points per dollar still made it very lucrative. You're paying 2.5%, but you're still earning the equivalent of about 2.5% on those purchases, which was more than most cards in Canada offer outside of Canada. So a lot of people loved using this card outside of Canada for dining and groceries, even travel and things like Uber and transit and rides like that. So don't have 100% confirmation on those categories on the 2 times points yet. None of the people who have been contributing to us have done like Uber rides and all that stuff. So I'd be curious to see if those have been curtailed down to 1 point as well. Based on all the terminology, I think they will be, but if you can confirm that for us, let me know in the comments below or shoot us an email or something like that. All right, let's continue on. I think that's enough of that topic. It's going to be a hot topic for a while for sure. And really, that's it for credit cards. Overall, some big news, but there hasn't been a lot because it was the Thanksgiving Day long weekend. That's why we didn't have a video last week. But before we continue to loyalty and travel news, I would just want to remind you guys that if you like today's content, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you don't do so yet, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we do post new videos. And if you think others will benefit from our content, be sure to share it with them, whether it's friends, family, coworkers, you name it. And as always, leave us a comment below, whether you have questions on loyalty programs, credit cards in Canada or worldwide, because we do research them all around the world. So we do have some knowledge outside of Canada as well. Or if you just want to say hello, hi, be sure to leave a comment and do that as well. All right, let's get into travel and loyalty. So the big news on the loyalty side of things is Alaska Airlines. Their changes for 2025 to the Mileage Plan program. They're making it easier to earn status. They're adding Milestone Rewards and more. So let's jump right into that. So like the easier to earn elite status. So possibly a first in the industry is Alaska Airlines Mileage Plan will begin to award elite qualifying miles on partner award flights. Yeah, so if you redeem Mileage Plan miles for, say, a flight on Porter, which is coming soon, they're still saying 2024, so hopefully we'll see it soon. So if you would do that for flights starting January 1st, 2025, you'll earn elite qualifying miles for redeeming miles on Porter or any of their other partners, One World Airlines like British Airways, American Airlines, any of their partners, or even on Alaska, of course, you'll earn that. Now, there are other programs that do award elite status qualifying on award flights, but it's only on their own metal. Somebody like Delta Airlines, you can earn status, but it's only on Delta Airlines flights, not on their partners. So that's what's quite possibly the first, is the partner earning for elite qualifying miles. But that's not just that, not even that. You're going to also now be able to earn elite status miles for non-airline or non-flight partners. So this includes like Alaska's airlines partners here in Canada, like Coast Hotels. So if you choose to credit your Coast Hotel stays to Alaska Airlines, those will count towards your elite qualifying. So every 3,000 regular miles you earn from partners will earn you 1,000 EQMs, or elite qualifying miles. So that would be like 6 stays with Coast Hotels. So you'll have to run the numbers whether it's better to credit to Coast Rewards, but if you're a big mileage plan user, Coast Hotels, Marriott, Hertz, Thrifty, shopping online via mileage plan shopping. It's all US retailers. I use mileage plan shopping though for ordering US stuff that doesn't ship to Canada that has a US address. So I usually go through Mileage Plan's shopping portal because you can't for some of these places like through Aeroplan or Air Miles, Air Miles shops, Aeroplan eSource, those places like that. So Mileage Plan shopping is my go-to when it's a US retailer. And yeah, so even like crediting Lyft rides to Mileage Plan, those will count. So there's a lot of things. What is excluded though, of course, are the easy ways to get points or easy way to get miles, and that's transfers of points from like credit cards and even the hotel partners. So yeah, you can earn status on Marriott stays, but that's as long as you have your Marriott Bonvoy account set to earning Alaska Airlines Mileage Plan miles. But if you're earning Marriott Bonvoy points and then do the conversion from Marriott Bonvoy to Alaska, that will not count towards this elite status qualifying. So yeah, so there's a lot of easy ways now to rack up your elite status with Alaska Airlines Mileage Plan. And then they're moving into Milestone Rewards. They're adding Milestone Rewards. I'm not going to go into all details of them because there's a lot of them. Hit the link below in the description to the blog post. You can read all about them. But what is unique is that they have their first Milestone Reward comes at 10,000 elite qualifying miles. So that's even before you reach an elite status level. So they're giving any and all members a chance to get some milestone rewards. And so if you hit that 10,000 EQMs, you get to pick one item. Like it can be 750 bonus miles, a complimentary meal on your flight, a Wi-Fi pass, MVP status for your trip, double miles on non-air partners, or you can upgrade your next Avis rental. So that's kind of cool that you get to do that. They're giving you a little hint, a little taste of that elite status, and I think they're doing that, to kind of try and get you push you to use Alaska and their partners more, so that you do earn elite status with them. But I think that's cool that you can get a milestone reward without even reaching status with them. As they've already announced quite a while ago, but they are reiterating that it's going to roll out this winter, is that you're going to be able to redeem Alaska Airlines Mileage Plan miles for multi-carrier award flights. So what this means is currently right now when you redeem Mileage Plan miles for flights, it has to be either just Alaska Airlines or Alaska Airlines and one partner. You can't combine two outside partners outside of Alaska on a trip, but that's what's going to happen. So instead of, say, right now having to book Alaska and British Airways, you'll be able to book British Airways and Porter or something like that. You'll have those options to not have to have an Alaska leg on your flights. I mean, of course, you've always been able to redeem Mileage Plan miles directly for somebody like British Airways or any of their partners, American Airlines, you name it. But if you wanted to do a multi-carrier trip, it always had to be Alaska plus one of their partners. So that's a great change too to the program coming up. They say this winter sometime they're going to start off with flights between US and Europe. Hopefully that includes Canada as well, because even when they do their global discounted promotions, they state it's US only, but when you go to redeem, Canada is included as well. So even though they've made all this stuff better, there are some negative changes to the program. Mainly there's some of the elite statuses are losing benefits. So while they're making it easier to earn elite status, they're combating that. They're curbing probably what's going to be more elite members by taking away some of the benefits. The big one that they're taking away is the 50,000 bonus miles that you earn when you attain MVP Gold 75K. Like anybody who reached that level will just get 50,000 miles in their account, which was great. I mean, you can add up miles through all the different milestone perks now, but it doesn't even come close to the 50,000. They're getting rid of the 4 lounge passes that are awarded to 75Ks as well. For all members, the $100 discount on Alaska Airlines lounge memberships is being taken away. And it appears that the lowest level MVP, that they're going to have their status, their free checked bag benefit for their status changed from 2 bags to 1 bag, but that doesn't look like it's going to take place until 2026. So some of those benefits have been changed or moved to milestone rewards, but unfortunately, by having them taken away from your regular status, they potentially take away from other milestone rewards that you could choose from. So some things to consider. And then the other big one too is changes in mileage earning, especially mainly with partner airlines. So when you earn miles on right now with Alaska Airlines or their partner airlines, you earn, certain amounts. It could be anywhere from 100%, 150%, depending what class of service, and you get your elite status, level bonus, all those type of things. They're keeping most of that and actually increasing some for flights that are booked via Alaska Airlines, whether it's partner airlines or Alaska flights. But when you book partner airlines outside of Alaska, so not on Alaska's website or not through their call center, they have reduced the mileage earning, primarily just in the lower economy class levels. But this will affect, say, Porter Airlines bookings if you've been crediting them to Mileage Plan. If you book it with Porter but credit to Mileage Plan starting January 1st, 2025, you will earn less miles. So this is something to be aware of. And unfortunately, because Alaska Airlines website doesn't allow all routings, like you cannot book Vancouver to Toronto on Porter Airlines on Alaska Airlines website. You have to book it through Porter or Expedia or wherever you want to book it, and then credit to mileage plans, so you're going to earn less miles that route. So this is something to really take into consideration as well. Again, pros and cons. That's always what we see with a lot of program changes when they announce changes each year or whenever it could be multiple times per year or it could be multiple years before they make changes. There's always pros and cons. A lot of times lately, though, most programs has been cons. So this is, I think, an equal share of good and bad news for Alaska Airlines starting 2025. All right, continuing on in loyalty news. This one will be a quick one. This was before Thanksgiving. Air Canada, Aeroplan, and Marriott Bonvoy launched an expanded loyalty partnership where they're offering a status match for elite members. So basically, Aeroplan members who are super elite, 75K or 50K, they can receive complimentary Marriott Bonvoy Gold Elite status, while Marriott Bonvoy Ambassador Elite and Titanium Elites will receive complimentary Aeroplan 25K status. So for the higher up elites, you're basically getting an entry level, elite level. I know there's Marriott Silver, but I mean Gold is pretty easy to achieve as well. Aeroplan 25K is the entry level elite status. Not huge, but again, it's an additional benefit, a good benefit if you don't have status either way, if you don't have both statuses. If you have status with one, but not the other, yeah, you can grab yourself an elite status this way. Link below with a little bit more description on that. And they also announced a two-way currency transfer for elite members. This is something we've already discussed. I think it was probably beginning of September or so. And then let's go into a bonus offer actually. Fairmont Hotels, Accor Hotels. Their program, Accor All Live Limitless, is offering 3 times all rewards points for stays at Fairmont and Accor Hotels in the Americas, so mainly Canada for sure, because we have quite a few Fairmonts here, but even the States, and I believe it's Mexico and Panama as well. So 3 times points. What are 3 times points worth? Well, right now the program awards 25 points per the equivalent of 10 euros spent on your hotel stay. So that's going to be 75 points per 10 euros. Plus you'll earn any extra points if you have elite status in All Accor Live Limitless. So that works out to about a 15% on your return on your spending. So that's a pretty good return, especially given how much Fairmont hotels cost these days. So you can rack up a lot of points. Here in Canada, you can, like I said, you can earn at Fairmont hotels, but you have Novotel and Sofitel hotels in Ontario and Quebec. And they have also one M Gallery hotel, the Hotel Belmont in Vancouver, where you can earn it. All you have to do is register and book by December 31st, and it's valid for stays until January 31st. As always, we appreciate anybody who books via our links. You're booking direct with Fairmont or Accor, but we do earn a little commission for that. So thank you in advance to anybody who does choose to book through us. And then we'll round out this episode with one more bonus. This one is a little, I'd say a little tougher for Canadians to earn, but it's the Who Wants to Be a Euro Bonus a Millionaire. So this is from SAS, Scandinavian Airline Systems, Euro Bonus. They have a promotion where you can earn up to 1 million euro bonus points. That's right. They're celebrating their change of alliances from Star Alliance to SkyTeam by offering this bonus of 1 million or up to 1 million euro bonus points when you fly with various SkyTeam airlines. And this is kind of cool because it works on paid ticket, it works on award tickets. So as long as you fly with different SkyTeam airlines, they're going to give you some bonus points. So if you fly with 5 airlines and credit it to Euro bonus, or redeem Euro bonus points for some of those airlines, well, you can earn 10,000 bonus points. Jump that to 10 SkyTeam airlines, you're going to earn 100,000 bonus points. And the big kahuna, 15 SkyTeam airlines, and you're going to earn 1 million bonus points. So this is a really cool promotion on them. It's been a while since we've seen a really big promo like this. Back in the early 2000s, probably pushing to the early 2010s, we used to see a lot of cool promotions like this. Even SAS was so famous for their car rental bonuses. It's super lucrative, where you could earn like hundreds of thousands of points. For less than a day rentals. There would be people renting cars 4 or 5 times a day to rack up points, if you can imagine that. So just huge. And it's nice to see this come back. For, SAS Euro Bonus to do something. They've been very quiet on this front, probably because they've been in financial troubles and they're changing alliances. But now that they have funding from Air France KLM and they're in SkyTeam, so we have this big promotion. So check out the link to the blog post. I linked to a Flyer Talk thread because there are people who are posting itineraries where you can, not spend very much. I've seen something like you could probably end up spending 2,500 euros to fly the 15 different SkyTeam airlines. And when you get the 1 million points, that's worth about 10,000 euros or so, something like that. So kind of lucrative if you want to do the time. I mean, whether it's valuable or not, like such a fun promotion. I'm sure some people will just go out and do it just for the sake of doing it and saying they did it. I think that's really cool. So whether you're coming out ahead or not, might be a fun promotion to do. Let me know if you've considered it. If any of our readers, viewers, listeners are up for that challenge, let me know. I'd love to talk to you about it and track it somehow. Maybe we can write about it. Let me know in the comments below or send me an email for that. And that is all she wrote this week. Remember to check out the Rewards Canada website for all the latest loyalty, travel, and credit card news in Canada. Be sure to check it out on a daily basis if you can, our social media channels on a daily basis. Because as I always say at the end of the video, there are things we cover that are not in the video, and sometimes they don't end up in the newsletter because they're 1 day or 2 day offers. So, we try not to send them out if they're expired. So you won't find them in those newsletters or here in the video. Of course, also we want to keep the video to shorter length. But yeah, and then I also recommend, if you can't check us out on a daily basis, that you do at a minimum subscribe to our newsletter, because then the Friday we have the summary of everything that is still current, so you can catch up that way. And then Saturdays we have our bonus bulletin, which is all the bonus points offers for flights, hotels, car rentals, and more. It's your way to earning more miles, more points, and more rewards. And remember, if you're not earning miles and points, you're not going to get those rewards, whether it's economy class seats, business class seats, a budget hotel in small town Saskatchewan, or an overwater bungalow in the Maldives. If you're not earning those points, you're not getting those rewards. We're your #1 source to getting more miles and more points. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.